What's up, everyone? We officially have the worst movie of the year. Stick around and find out what it is. June is over with. I thought there was going to be some good movies, but I didn't realize there was going to be some horrible movies. We do have the worst movie of the year. Move over, Snow White. We got a movie that took over. We're going to get into it. June 6th started off with Ballerina. That was from a John Wick world. Like, if you're a fan of the John Wick movies, you will like this movie, Ballerina. So good. It's actually pretty good to watch in a theater. So many good action scenes. That ended up doing $55.8 million. Definitely a thumbs up. Such a good movie. I gotta watch my back, make sure there's no birds attacking me or anything. Also releasing on June 6th was the Phoenician Scheme. I don't know how to pronounce it. Benicio del Toro was in it. I walked in during that movie and there's so much going on, I couldn't even understand it. That movie ended up doing $17.9 million. And remember, these are just the domestic numbers for the month of June. Some of these movies are still playing in the theaters. It's July now. So the Phoenician Scheme, I didn't know what was going on during it. I think it's a thumb down. A lot of the people that walked out of the theaters too, they also said, I didn't know what was going on. I was lost halfway through it. Just so much going on. June 13th, another movie that I really didn't get into. Chris Evans starred in a movie called Materialists. Again, I didn't catch too much of that movie, but not a lot of people came in to actually watch that movie. They were focused on the other movie that came out that week, so that's getting thumbs on too. The other movie that came out that week, or the same day, was How to Train Your Dragon. Now that movie was good. If you watch the cartoon in 2010, I don't even know when it came out, 2014, 2010, 2015, one of those years. It actually went like scene by scene, like word by word. It was pretty good. DreamWorks did pretty good making that movie. It was realistic as opposed to the Disney movies that are coming out with the live action, like Snow White. That movie didn't make any sense. What else? I can't think of what was out though. But some of the Disney remakes, like Lilo and Stitch, that didn't follow like the cartoon, the original. But How to Train Your Dragon at $203.4 million. That's huge. It's a good 2-hour movie. I recommend watching that. And I believe they're making How to Train Your Dragon 2 in a couple of years. That'll be a pretty good one too. June 20th, kids movie Elio came out. I believe that was from Pixar. That didn't do too good. It's about a kid that he wanted to get like abducted by aliens, and then he ends up getting abducted by aliens, and he goes on some sort of mission. But I didn't get too involved in that movie. Didn't really interest me. All that outer space stuff, like, I'd say either hit or miss. It's a miss for me. But I did like they had a whole bunch of like different cool colors in that movie, but I really couldn't get into it. Giving that one thumbs down. And on June 20th, there's another movie that came out. It was 28 years later. That's got to be the worst movie I've seen in a while. I could go on and on about this movie. Oh, Elio, if I didn't mention, did $43.5 million just for the month. And 28 years later, $51.7 million. That is the third movie in 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 years later franchise, and I don't know where to begin with this. I could probably talk for about an hour of everything that went wrong with this movie. The ending was horrible. Like, that ending, if you guys seen it, I was just gonna say it's like a Power Rangers ending. Like, how do you incorporate that Power Rangers into that type of movie? that ending belonged in a completely different movie. That was the first movie I've ever been to where people actually booed at the end of that movie. When the end credits rolled up, people booed. I actually left that theater. I think I walked out of the theater and I stood in the hallway. I think I was mad. I was actually mad when I left it. I couldn't believe it. I was telling people at the movie theater, I'm like, people that are working there, well, I work there as well, and I was just joking with them, but I'm like, man, you should not let people in this movie theater or in this movie to watch this movie. It was horrible. I can go on about that. Ralph Fiennes, he's in that movie. I can't tell you if it was a good character he played because his character didn't even make sense. Who else is in that movie? Mr. Craven, Aaron Taylor Johnson, he was in that movie. The movie's a little shy of 2 hours. Like he's in the movie for like the first 30, 35 minutes. And then stuff goes on with him and his kid and his wife. And then he's gone. He just leaves the movie for the rest of it until that the ending scene. Like you forget that guy's even in the movie. Such a waste. I'm not getting further into that, but that's a huge thumbs down. If I had two of these things, I have 2 thumbs down. That movie is horrible. The week after that, we needed some redemption. We needed something good, and that was June 27th. And we had 2 movies that came out. We had F1 with Brad Pitt, and that movie was good. That so far was at 63.9 million, and I don't know if that was supposed to be a big summer blockbuster or what, but that movie was so good. I just like how bright it was, all the cars, the Formula One cars, all their racing gear and everything. That was well put together, and there a lot of their the shots from inside the car. That was pretty sweet. I really liked how they did that movie. That's definitely a thumbs up. That was a good one. But one that I actually did sit in and watch was Megan 2.0. I enjoyed the first Megan. I was excited for this one. I thought they were going to do something different. They did something different, and it wasn't in a good type of way. I thought it was horrible. That movie was, again, that was so bad. They made Megan, which is kind of like a horror type movie. They made this into an action comedy. They did have some good action scenes with Megan and her counterpart Amelia. They did have some cool fight scenes, but that movie, that movie was, should never have made that movie. Horrible. I wouldn't recommend seeing that. That did 11.3 million. They only had a few days to make money from June to July. There's only a few more days left, and that was definitely getting a thumbs down. Those were the biggest 8 movies that came out in the month. Had some hits with How to Train Your Dragon and F1, and we had some huge misses from 28 Years Later and Megan 2.0. If you want to watch 28 Years Later, wait for it to go on streaming or Blu-ray, DVD, or whatever, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't want to get started because I know I'm just gonna go off in that movie. July is here. We got huge movies coming out. We have Jurassic World Rebirth. I did end up watching that. I love those dinosaur monster movies like Kong and Godzilla. Great movies. The acting was kind of so-so. I didn't believe in the characters, but again, I like those type of movies. Can't go wrong with them. Jurassic World, that came out first week of July, and then Superman is coming out July 11th. Next week after that, we have the Smurfs, the animated Smurfs, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I'm looking forward to. Hopefully they don't mess that one up. It seems like all these remakes they're just doing horrible with. So hopefully I Know What You Did Last Summer is pretty good. And last week of July we had Fantastic Four, and I was iffy about that movie. I didn't know what to think, like from the trailers, but they actually released the last trailer, and I thought it looked great. I can't wait for that movie. Again, I'm not a big Marvel guy. I thought the last few Marvel movies weren't that great. Thunderbolts, it did have some cool parts in Thunderbolts, but when they fought against bad guys, they got whooped. Like, come on. And Captain America wasn't really too fond of. But other than that, that's the month of June for you. And if I had to pick a best movie of the month for June, I didn't see all of F1, or that would have been in contention. So I'm going to go to How to Train Your Dragon. That was a good movie. And that's going to go up against my previous month's winner, Sinners, which that was April 18th, I believe that thing came out. And I think Sinners takes it, man. Sinners is going to take it for another month. Sinners is going to beat out How to Train Your Dragon. Sinners is also on HBO Max. If you guys have a subscription to that, you can go ahead over and watch that. It's such a good movie. I actually heard the HBO Max was different from the movie theater. The HBO Max version was different from the movie theater. I'll have to check it out. I only saw the movie once in movie theaters. I like to see it again. That movie, love that movie. Other than that, July is here. We got huge movies that are coming out. Hope you get to catch one of them. Jurassic World's pretty good. Superman, that trailer, if you just watch the trailer, that just looks like chaos. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Hopefully that does somewhat good. And Fantastic Four. Marvel, please do something. Something good. Alright, other than that one, we'll see you at the end of July, actually beginning of August, so I can make the July videos. It should be action-packed. See you on the next one.